Yeah, all right. Now, that's enough about betas. Is there any other news?
Let's go through some random news here. I actually didn't find a lot of event news.
Yeah,
here.
I don't think that much happened.
The only one that I saw for event news was that Undefeated, the tournament that's in Arizona, has had its dates announced from June 16th to June 17th.
Very nice.
And there's going to be a lot of MVCI stuff and UMVC3 stuff there. So they've already announced that IFC Yipes and Persia will be there to do all the Marvel commentary.
Cool, okay.
But it looks like it's going to be UMVC3, MVCI, Dragon Ball FighterZ, AE, Tekken 7, Guilty Gear Rev 2, and the 2 Smash games that are going to be there. I went there. Did I go there this last year? Yeah, I believe it was this last year. Yeah, and it was a really fun tournament. It was really cool because it had that nice grassrootsy feel. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. Obviously, this weekend is going to be Frosty Faustings.
Yes.
So that will be the first U.S. AE major.
Right.
But it's always it's just Friday and Saturday, but they run like 19,000 games and stuff like that. Although I don't know how much they're going to keep that up because their numbers are huge this year.
Right. 1,000 people plus.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 plus people because they've always just saved Sunday for party. Basically, you know, just it was Friday, Saturday, and that was it. Right. So they still are going to do that this year, but I wonder if it gets any bigger, if they're not going to be able to do that anymore. So
all right. This weekend is also Genesis.
Genesis 5, right?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know what number it is,
but okay, this weekend is also Genesis, which is always, of course, one of the biggest Smash tournaments. Kind of is the biggest one now, right? Yeah. After Apex kind of went down. Also, while in EVO Japan, unfortunately, like right before EVO Japan. So EVO Japan is going to be the weekend of the 27th and the 28th. Okay. But on the 25th, on Thursday, that's when the voice actors for Goku and Vegeta are going to play Dragon Ball fighters against each other at... is it at the esports arena?
What?
Yeah, it is. Like it's organized by Funimation, Bandai Namco, esports arena. But yeah, apparently the voice of Goku called out Vegeta. English. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Like he called him out, and then like the Vegeta guy was like, "Oh, you wanna wanna fight?" So they organized this event.
That's pretty cool.
And they're gonna do all that stuff. So
that's really a cool idea.
Yeah. So there you go.
Dang. Yeah, that's probably going to be terrible to watch, but the gameplay. But it's a fun idea though. Watch the secret killers.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Yeah. That'd be awesome. That's all I have for gaming stuff. For events. Just in terms of gaming news, this is really cool. Let me see if I can just add this as a screen capture here. This is pertinent to me because of my old school roots.
Okay.
Dude.
What's going on here? You gotta get a script blocker, bub.
I don't know why this is not loading at all. Okay, well, I'll talk about some other stuff. Dude, nothing is loading. Well, Team Dignitas seems to be kind of on the roll right now.
Okay.
They've signed Jose Lucky Aldama to their team, as well as signing Hugs.
Okay, good job.
To the team. Yeah. So they've signed 2 Smash Team players to their team recently. Man, see, I didn't open my Chrome this time because I just wanted to not use all the resources. So I'm trying to.
You gotta get a script blocker
with Mozilla.
I'm telling you,
it's just not doing things right here. Jesus. This is crazy. But here, let me add this screen capture right here. But I guess Retrobit is making official wired Sega Saturn pads and wireless Sega Saturn pads at CES. They were showing these off, and these to me have always been the greatest pads in the entire planet. Yeah. Dude, I played so many places because I had to back then. When you were playing fighting games on the Sega Saturn, you had to play it, and they were super comfortable. I was doing X-Men Street Fighter, Alpha, and all that stuff. pretty much the best pad. They came out with PlayStation 2 versions. I bought those, and so I'm actually kind of.
I thought they were all right.
These are the best, dude. Sega Saturn pads are the best, and they also have the 6 buttons in the proper layout and everything.
I don't like that the upper ones are small.
It never was a problem.
Why? I don't think it was a bad pad. I just don't think it was like a great one. Are you mad now? I don't think they were bad. I just like, oh.
No, it's okay. It's cool. Whatever. No, but also Tom Cannon announced. I know last week we mentioned that the SRK forums were going to go away because they were just too expensive to maintain. But apparently, people have suggested cheaper options through Discourse, and apparently Tom Cannon is going to look into migrating the forums over there. It's going to be a cheaper solution to maintain. So there's definitely a chance for it to stay alive. And they are also adding like Patreon goals and stuff like that. So if you sub for certain amounts, you can have like certain benefits. I don't know, maybe they'll bring back avatars and all these things like that, you know. Because honestly, I feel like a lot of that was kind of missing from the SRK forums was back in the avatar days. Everyone had cool avatars and all these things like that. And,
had cool ones.
Yeah. So that's so apparently the forums will have a chance to survive.
Okay, well, very cool.
That's kind of cool. Another team thing. So NuckleDu's contract with Team Liquid has expired, and I guess the renewal is still up in the air. So I'm not sure what's going on in that situation there. Do you know if he's looking for another team or something like that? So
I may have information. But
yeah. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Didn't even think about that. Okay, well, Dudang's tweet says, my contract with Team Liquid has expired. I love my time on Team Liquid, and I'm considering renewing my contract, but I'm also looking at new opportunities. Contact me at knuckledu@yahoo.com if interested. Thank you. So there you go. Okay.
Very cool.
I will not ask you anything about that at all.
Smart man.
Did you see the new costumes for Street Fighter 5?
I did.
Yeah, so Karen has an Ingrid costume now.
Yes, excellent. That means Ingrid won't be in the game.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, I'm so happy about that.
For sure.
I'm so happy about that. So, but it's a sick-looking costume, though. But I think this is one of the first retro costumes, along with like the Beautiful Joe costume that they're going to make for Rashid and stuff like that. And there we go.
Yeah, all right. I mean, it looks like whatever.
There you go. Okay.
For 10 people who know who Ingrid is. And the 80 who claim that they do.
And the weird group of people who I love Ingrid.
Yeah.
Oh, Ingrid's the best. She was never in a fighting game except for Capcom Fighting Jam and Alpha 3 on the PSP.
Yeah.
Anybody who says that they loved Ingrid, you are such a liar.
I mean, I'm sure 10 people did. Yeah, I'm sure they existed, but come on. What a...
But then there was also the new costumes for all the 6 new characters, right?
The leak.
Yeah, was that a leak? Is that what it was? Oh, I didn't even see, because I thought it was on the store or something like that, but it showed Sagat with some crazy costume. It didn't look like a crazy costume, still mostly looked like Sagat. Yeah. But then apparently G had a Q costume in there.
I was so happy, James. So happy that he has a Q costume. Because that means Q can stay in his grave, in his game. No, I mean, look, if I ever want to play Q, there he is for the rest of my life. He will be there. Especially considering that the games are coming out again. But I don't need to see him with his legs and his knees backwards in Street Fighter V. I can avoid that fate.
Dude, the Blanca costume, though, makes me so sad. I don't know if you saw the Blanca costume.
Was that Blanca? I assume you're talking about the weird yellow thing.
Yeah, where he looks like a stuffed animal or something.
Yeah, that's Blanca.
I think that's
Makes
Blanca.
Sense.
Yeah. But, it'll be interesting to see what's going on.
Oh, did Capcom officially post about it now? It's no longer just a leak.
Oh, did they? Okay. There you go.
Yes. Q does not have to come back to life. I mean, come on. Just let the poor guy, or robot, you don't know. Or let her, you don't know. Actually, they call him that man. Never mind.
Do they? Do they? Okay. I don't know. Well, that's...
They could be wrong,
right,
though.
I was about to say, that's only their assumption, right?
Yeah.
I mean... Honestly, Q could stand for queen, right? I mean, you never know. So
totally, man. Actually, I like this story a lot.
Another
some good fan fiction.
Another tournament thing that I forgot to announce was that apparently at Evo Japan they're setting up a big old Yatagarasu Attack on Cataclysm side tournament.
All right.
So, dude, some of the side tournaments there have ridiculous amounts of people signing up for them. So.
I believe it.
Oh, man. Things are getting a choppy here. Also, if you guys are fans of Corey Gaming's videos, he's giving this a full-time chance now. He's basically said that this is what he's going to be doing now to bring us more content and things like this. So, but he's had a new video where he talks about the discrepancy between player 1 and player 2, the side that you're playing on. It's interesting because a lot of people have never had to worry about this because they're always playing on consoles. You know, when you were playing on the arcade, there was all sorts of crazy things like that. I wonder if he delves into that, actually, now that I think about it. I haven't had a chance to watch this video yet, but I definitely want to, because I don't know if he's talking about, like, the side 1, side 2 glitches.
Right, yeah.
Or if he's actually talking about when you're playing, like, or is he just talking about how if you end up on player 2 side, you can't uppercut as easily?
Right, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
So I will definitely actually see. Q is actually tool assisted. There is a way to expand the lore.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And then finally, this is actually really cool for me, is that they announced that Guilty Gear, this was at the, that's right, this actually just took place this past weekend, was the Guilty Gear, it wasn't Arc Revo, it was like another, it was like their, I forgot what the event was called, but it was a big event for Guilty Gear, but they announced that Guilty Gear Rev 2 will indeed receive another balance patch. And that makes me very excited because I know a lot of Guilty Gear players didn't quite like the way Rev 2 balanced things. They felt like some characters that were super good got buffed and some characters that were weak didn't get buffed enough. I know some characters like Biken are still considered not very good, you know. And so it'll be really cool to see if they can tweak the balance a little bit more and try to breathe some new life back into Guilty Gear here. But I think Guilty Gear, I'm excited for Guilty Gear. I think some cool things are going to happen this year for it. So there you go. The Arxis Game Award. That's what it was called.
Oh,
they're nerfing Johnny again. Yeah, I can totally understand. Trust me. It's so weird because like they nerfed him and then they buffed him again and then they nerfed him and then they buffed it. So you know, like he's super good. He's super good. So I can't really say it. And plus, as a Johnny user in all of the XX series, trust me, you can't even faze me when you tell me Johnny gets nerfed. It's just, to me, it's like.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Makes sense. Blaze Blue Cross Tag is going to launch with 20 characters.
Oh, that's right.
And then it will have 20 more DLC characters.
Yeah, it starts with only 2 Ruby characters, but they're not even in the game right away. I think you have to buy them separately. And then the last 18 characters are divided into 3 DLC packs.
Okay. But the DLC wasn't super expensive. I forget what the number was offhand, but it was announced.
Yeah, but also
it wasn't a lot.
If you buy the overall crazy edition that comes with everything, it's not too much different than the ultimate editions. But I know a lot of people are mad. Yeah. A lot of people are mad about
that does seem like probably too many characters. You know, over the length of a game's life, like Street Fighter IV on vanilla arcade versus Ultra SF4, there were like 30 more characters, 25 at least. But that took 5-6 years.
Right, so who knows how long it'll take.
It took a long time. Yeah. Well, I would think not that long, because they've already announced them. In that case, Street Fighter 4's case, that took forever. Right? They weren't even thought of until way later. So I don't think that sounds like much shorter timeline. But even still, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, the DLC thing, I remember when Dragon Ball had their DLC stuff announced, a lot of people were mad. When Marvel had their DLC thing announced, a lot of people were mad. And so, yeah, I know people are frustrated with the DLCs and everything like that, but it's just, unfortunately, we're going to have to kind of get used to that a little bit. You know, honestly, this hurts the TOs the most. I've seen TOs talk about this, and they're like, Jesus, now every time I buy a new game, I also have to buy the DLC 17 times for every console.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, that is annoying, for sure.
That's really frustrating
for
them. They also announced a new game, that SNK Heroines game, that just has all the female characters from the Art of Fighting series, it looks like.
All in their, in-game regular uniforms, right?
Depending on which trailer you saw.
As they normally look, as far as I know, in North America.
Depends on the trailer that you saw. Yeah. What's funny, though, is supposedly the game is going to be mostly a one-button fighter or whatever like that.
Hard to know. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but how complex will it be? In Japan, they're all in bikinis.
I just feel like that game probably was supposed to be a mobile game. And after a while, they were like, man, this game is actually turning out way cooler than just being a mobile game. And we're putting a lot of money in this, so we can't just release it for $8 on a mobile platform. We need to make this an official game. Because, a one-button fighting game is perfect for mobile platform, right? But there's been people on Twitter who have just taken the trailer and just analyzed the hell out of it, and it's there's actually a few interesting game mechanics in there that was interesting to see. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. So
that was a surprising announcement. But yeah, okay.
But like I said, it might be surprising, but if you think of it like it was supposed to be a mobile game, and then it would be like, okay, I can see how that just kind of slipped in there or whatever.
I got to buy a Switch.
You still don't have a Switch yet.
I've been saying that for half a year at least.
Weren't you supposed to buy somebody else's Switch? Amir, he was selling a Switch, and I hooked you guys up, and then
we both forgot about it, or I don't know.
Switch is an amazing system.
I know, it sounds great. All the games sound great.
Dude, you know what the worst thing is? I've been playing Zelda on the plane, so when we were traveling there and back, but since I played the entire game on stream, and now I'm just finding the shrines. When I solve the shrines or when I do all these crazy things, I feel bad that people don't get to watch the crazy stuff that I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've done some stupid stuff, and it was just I shouldn't be getting away with these things, but it's hilarious. Oh man.
Yeah, I'll pick it up. At some point.
Okay. Well, obviously, it's not going to be an all one-button game, but I heard the majority of the actions will be done through one button.
I also heard that. I think that was in the announcement. Yeah. Anything else to talk about?
Not that I know of. I think that's about it right now. I know. But again, this weekend will be Frosty Faustings. I will be there to help with that. I've just always wanted to go to a Frosty Faustings. Yeah. I've heard lots of good things about it. I tried to go last year and I couldn't make it. This year, I'm gonna try to. I'm obviously gonna make it, but then also tomorrow is the Final Fantasy Dissidia
busy times
event. So yep,
busy. Wow, one-handed mode on the booby fighter. Genius.
It's so you can smoke with the other hand,
LZ,
right?
Yeah,
you just smoke with the other hand like you did in China, right? Yeah.
Didn't we talk about ZeRo quitting last time?
Didn't we talk about that last week?
I thought that we did.
Maybe we didn't.
Was that in between?
Yeah, ZeRo actually
I didn't bring that up because I thought that we had, but in case not.
Yeah, ZeRo has announced that he's quitting Smash Brothers Wii U.
Competitive play, should say.
Yeah, he'll still be streaming it and doing things like
YouTube
that.
stuff.
And he's actually going to be in the Dissidia event tomorrow.
Cool.
He's going to be playing on a team with Nairo and somebody else.
Oh, sick.
So, but apparently it's just he's not getting the same kind of enjoyment out of it.
Cool.
He's already kind of
don't kill yourself.
Feel like he's reached the peak of what he can do. Obviously he's the greatest player of that game of all time. Sure. There's really nothing for him to prove at this point.
He did say that if there's a big patch to the game with new characters and stuff, or if there's a Smash 5 or something like that, that he'll come back for that. That he expects that he'll get the competitive fire again, but he doesn't have that for Smash 4 right now. So cool. No, I think that's great that he understands what's going on and feels like he gets the feeling of it, and that he also has built up in the meantime significant content-based revenue sources.
And reading all those articles about how you used to get death threats all the time and all
crazy
this stuff
crap.
like that.
Crazy crap.
It's just
But very, very few players have taken the time to create anything other than just the gameplay, competitive stuff for themselves. Some people have done streaming enough or YouTube stuff enough, but very few. And ZeRo is probably foremost among them. So that I think is part of why he feels like he can do this.
Right.
He still has the other things, and his team's not dropping him either. He's going to stick with them. So.
Yeah, he was #1 for 4 seasons in a row. So he probably has the most dominant streak of any player for any game currently. You know,
I'm sure. Yeah, I can't even think what's close.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Justin and MVC2 is the closest.
15 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Longer than that, actually.
Okay. It's really been over 15 years.
I don't know. Maybe it's been like exactly 15 years, to be honest, but somewhere around there.
I can't do the math right now. Don't expect me to do any math right now.
I think that's about it. It was cool hanging out in Atlantic City. You know, I'd never been there, and I heard it was the grossest place in the world, and it wasn't. It wasn't the grossest place in the world. It wasn't not gross in some places.
Right. I mean, it was definitely interesting as we were walking down the boardwalk how many, like, it wasn't even just the shops. Like, there was one whole area that obviously looked like it was a casino and a hotel that was just completely empty.
Except with the lights still on.
The lights were...
And, like, crap thrown around everywhere inside, and, like,
dude,
there were, like, vacuum cleaners still there with the things plugged in. Like,
dude, I said to you, like, from the pier being kind of empty, and it was really foggy, and it was kind of, like, darkish, and with that hotel with the lights on and papers strewn around and all this stuff, I was like, dude, I would film Silent Hill movie right here, dude. Just like running around the pier and then running into the hotel.
Yeah.
Because like if that whole tower was empty, you know, like you could film.
It looked like it would.
Yeah, you could film. You could film some sick ass Silent Hill stuff going through doors. It's locked. It's locked. Open the next one, and like there's a giant head of this girl in the thing, you know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, it's still one of the creepiest scenes. Ugh.
But yeah, that entire tall hotel, the whole tall building seemed like it was empty.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like, part of me wants to explore it just to see what kind of state it's in, but at the same time, it's like terrifying. I mean, there was like this one whole like Twitter account that was all dedicated to just taking pictures of like dilapidated things that like don't exist, like water parks. Like you can see water parks completely overrun with trees and stuff like that.
Okay.
Things. It's weird. Like. You don't think about it, but some of these things aren't taken down afterwards.
Sure.
You know.
Have you ever seen that water park that's on the way to Vegas? You know what I'm talking about? On the drive?
I know, yeah.
It's just in the absolute middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's there for no reason at all. And I don't know how long it was open, but it existed, and then it died. And they didn't take anything. It's just there.
Right.
So I wonder about what that thing's story is every time I drive by. I don't know. New Jersey is not gross, guys. Like there's a gross corridor that's like on the freeway, so when you're driving that's what you see. But there was a lot. We drove through like forest and farms to get to Atlantic City. So
it's always sad to see the kind of stuff that's happening there, you know. But like I said, it was also hard to tell because it was also freaking 10 degrees outside while we were walking around the boardwalk. So
yeah, it felt like 9 degrees. That's what the weather thing said. It was like 20 degrees, but real feel was 9.
Yeah, my biggest problem is I don't own a coat.
This man was there in exactly what he's wearing right now. A t-shirt, the over t-shirt, or whatever this is called, a long sleeve shirt, and like then a hoodie.
KI hoodie.
The KI hoodie. That's it.
So it was not preventing the wind from piercing in at all. I was freezing. I just don't own a coat. So.
Well, you should do that before upcoming...
Yeah.
Like colder, in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's gonna be actually, you probably should.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly.
Right? Yeah. I am a nut, man. I've lived in SoCal my whole life.
Yeah.
Right? You just never had any reason to buy these damn things, dude. So.
I just wore my ski jacket.
Yeah, which looked like it worked.
Which I have because there are ski resorts in Southern California.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I got sick. I am not surprised if that is how I got sick.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty sure that's how it happened. So
Xanadu's closing?
Really?
Sucky.
That's the one that's in Virginia, right? Or
no, I think it's in Baltimore.
Baltimore. Okay.
But yeah, it's been around for quite a while. I went there in probably 2010 or 9.
Right.
Something like that. Like after I had graduated law school, but I came back. No, it's been there for a long time.
Oh,
yeah,
this
Baltimore.
is Maryland. Okay. Yeah. I always get those two areas confused because they're close. Maryland and Virginia, kind of close to each other.
Well, their states border each other.
Right. So I'm not completely messed up. But anyway. That sucks that that's closing down.
Yeah, that does suck. Bummer. Well, anything else to discuss?
No, I think that's it right now, unless the chat has anything else that they want us to hear what we have to say about. As long as it's not about the Street Fighter V patch, because we talked about that for over an hour or so.
Yeah.
And I will probably run upstairs after this is done and try to download it, so just so I can mess with some stuff.
Sure. Oh, Soul Calibur 6. No, I wasn't at CES, so didn't get to play it, but I did hear from some people what they thought.
The only thing I ever heard was from Sajam, which he said the game felt super smooth and really fun, and it felt more natural to him than Tekken. That's all I heard.
I think that makes sense because the movement is different. You're just walking around and you can walk in 8-way.
Right.
Whereas Tekken, you're doing backdashes and stuff. Yeah, I mean I was never huge into Soul Calibur, but I played it more than I played Tekken, and that was a big part of why, because I felt like I could move around more naturally.
Okay. Yeah, we did talk about Genesis this weekend, so yeah.
All right.
Dominion won the patch. It's actually kind of true. Ed and Fung.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it. Man, Fang's so cool.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited for 5. Okay.
All right. I guess that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Catch James in... What's it streamed at?
Tomorrow for the Dissidia event. I don't have it on me right now.
It's not Level Up?
I don't... It might be, actually. It might be Level Up, but I'm not 100% sure right now. I'll let you know tomorrow.
And then what about this weekend at Frosty's?
Frosty's is probably just going to be like a ton of streams that are going to be there. So just go to their website. They'll have a list of all the streams on there. So, but I should probably do my due diligence and grab all that stuff and tweet it out to everybody.
Sounds good. FrostyFaustings.egg.
.egg? Okay. All right. BG Callisto is going to be.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. BG Callisto.
That makes sense.
A lot of it there, so there you go.
And Team Spooky. Yeah. All right, let's fly out of here.
Usual suspects. So okay. Any case, thanks guys for watching. Again, we started late today just because I had to get back from the esports arena, but we are trying to start at 7:30 every week now for the Tuesday show. So hopefully next week we'll be back to 7:30.
You got it.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Have a good night.
Laters. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, you had the right one this time.
I never remember. Is that what it is? I don't think so.
I
think I'm pretty sure that was wrong.
No.
Really?
Oh, no, that's my other alarm, isn't it?
I honestly don't remember.
That is my other alarm, so...
Man, I totally thought you got the cue when I said, let's fly out of here. I thought you were like, oh, huh?
I just... God, yeah.
Oh, it was the...
Yeah,
God, never remember it.